Welcome to Quick Shots, a short format traditional archery podcast, where we introduce you to some of the world's most influential traditional archers, and occasionally, some random dudes. Help keep this content ad-free by supporting us on patreon.com/Archery Geek. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, archerypass.com, for all your traditional archery needs. We're on now. Hey everyone, welcome back to Quick Shots. I'm your host, Mick Chambers. I'm here with Dustin Helton. Dustin, how you doing, brother?
Good, buddy. Glad we finally could do this.
Oh, where are you? North Carolina?
Yeah, North Carolina.
Great state of North Carolina, man. How's things been going for you? So when we first met, we were at the barebow boot camp, and I pulled in. You're probably like, "Who is this idiot?" And then got to know you a little bit. Dude, you're a cool dude. You're really cool. And let's get this out of the way. Let's just talk about the elephant in the room.
Oh, Grit? Wait, what's
No. You're not Aaron Schneider. You're Dustin Helton.
Oh, yeah. That's actually kind of helped as time went on. I probably met y'all because y'all thought I looked like Aaron Schneider until you heard me talk. And then obviously I'm not Aaron Schneider.
Well, it's funny. Like every time you do post something that's really cool, like when you're posting with your trad bow, people will say, "Who is this guy? Is this that?" It looks like you look a little bit like Aaron, a little bit. It's the beard.
I've met so many people in the industry just because they thought I was Aaron Schneider to start with.
Yeah, didn't someone come up to you? Didn't you tell me a story about someone walked up to you and said, "Hey, they wanted to get a picture with you" or something? Was that you that told me that?
A few times, actually. I met Joe Turner. The only reason I met Joe and got to be buddies with him was because one of his friends that was at the boot camp, he yelled and called me Aaron Schneider, slapped me on the back, said, "I didn't know you was coming." And I turned around and you thought he'd seen a ghost.
Dude, it's so funny, dude. But anyway, that's cool. But you are totally not Aaron Schneider, and you're just as maybe cooler, maybe much more cool.
Way cooler
than Schneider.
Way cooler.
All right, and you've got your own brand, so we're going to talk about that really quick here. So, Grit Archery, which is really, first of all, a cool logo, cool shirts, man. Cool merch that you guys have. I think it's a cool brand. Tell us a little bit about it.
I've always, just the weird part of me, I've always wanted my own brand. I mean, I never started it to get big. I never started it to make money. I was just fortunate enough to be able to start it, period. And the logo ended up cool. My entire life, I mean, anything I've ever been through, and any successful person I've ever known, they've got to have grit, in some way, shape, or form to get any kind of accomplishment. They got to have some grit about themselves. I mean, I've just used grit a lot, going through life, and I mean, it came to me one night, and I was working with another guy as far as a logo, and it just took off. Like I would have never imagined that it would took off like it has.
Yeah, on your Instagram and Facebook, you got people wearing it now. I just think it's really cool. So what does it mean to you then? So what is this? What's it all about? What's the brand all about?
I mean, it's obviously a brand. It's a lifestyle. It's going to be content. It's a mixture between fitness and bow hunting. And it's just a group. I mean, I've started it, but if I can't do it with my best buddies, it's not worth doing, so they're a part of it with me. And it's just a brand, a cool brand, I think.
Yeah, no, you 100%. It's a cool brand and people should check it out. So do you have a website?
The website should be finished this week. Actually, that's been a mess. I'm not too smart when it comes to all that technical stuff at all.
Yeah.
So I've got somebody working on that for me. Actually, Ethics Archery, they're one of our sponsors, so they're helping us with that.
Yeah. Okay, good. What's it going to be? Do you know the URL? Do you know the web address that it's going to be?
It'll be gritarchery.com. That's the domain.
Perfect, man. If you got gritarchery.com, so you can head over there maybe this week, or by the time this launches, probably be up in a couple of weeks. So by the time this launches, maybe it'll all be ready to go. So get over to Grit Archery. I'm not sponsored or endorsed by you guys, but I just freaking love the brand, so the lifestyle, the idea behind it, staying healthy and shooting archery, hunting, bringing your kids and your family up in archery, and just having the grit to get it done, because so many people, want to. I think there's been a lot of that going around right now on the internet. A lot of people saying, "Hey, look at, I'm putting the effort in. Don't, what's the saying? Don't expect results from the effort that you don't put in, right?" And I see you working out all the time and getting fit. I mean,
I
it's
mean, I don't know why, especially if you're going any out,
yeah,
Western hunts or even whitetail. I mean, that's what made me fall in love with hunting was obviously whitetail. I mean, even that, I don't know why you wouldn't want every advantage you can get, especially if you're spending the money and taking the time to go out west.
yeah.
I mean, that's not easy hunting,
No.
unless you're going with, an outfitter or something like that, where they're, packing you in and all that. But if you hunt the way we do, which is usually the hardest possible way you can hunt, I would want every advantage you can get.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So I'm looking forward to the launch of it. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be really neat. So you can already get the merch and stuff like that. But it'll be good to have the website up and then see what you guys are all about. I think that's really cool. But before that, you can follow them on Instagram at Grit Archery. I think it's your handle is Grit Archery on Instagram. I'll have it up above your head anyway, man. Hey, so just stepping back, Dustin, just a bit. Let's talk a little bit about you. So that was your brand. And again, the fitness side and the archery side, I think fantastic idea. Logo looks great, by the way. Awesome stuff. I have a shirt. I didn't wear it. I forgot. That's my
Oh
fault.
man, you swear it, dude.
Hey, it's my podcast, not your guys' podcast. I mean, you guys are going to create your own content, so don't worry about it. Okay, when I get on your show, I'm going to wear Archery Geek. All right, you wear that too. Hey, dude. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about you. How did you get involved in archery?
So I was in the Marine Corps for a while, and my dad got me into hunting when I was little. My whole life, hunted obviously the rifles, and I went to the Marine Corps, got back. I got hurt, so that's what caused me to get out. And I went hunting, and I killed a doe. I think I killed a doe with a rifle, and it just something wasn't there. I mean, it just wasn't. It wasn't nothing like it was before I left.
Mm-hmm.
And I always, I loved hunting with a passion, but everybody said, when you lose that feeling, you're done. I didn't want to lose that feeling. So I picked up a bow and I started shooting, and the love and passion that I gained for that, I mean, not just bow hunting, but just archery in general.
Yeah.
It took off like wildfire, and it's like I couldn't stop it. It's all I thought. I mean, still to this day, it's all I think about. I mean, besides obviously my family and my work, my career and stuff like that, but it's literally all I think about. I shot a doe. It was my first deer animal that I shot with a bow, and there wasn't no turning back. Like the adrenaline that I got from that is just amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty. How long ago was that?
About 10 years, right at 10 years.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
And so have you put a bunch of other animals on the ground?
Yeah, quite a bit. Yeah. I mean, I haven't been a huge trophy hunter. I just love hunting and killing stuff with a bow. But I mean, I'm trying to get a little bit more picky, a little bit more selective now. But a lot of the content you're going to see on YouTube is just whack them and stack them.
Okay, cool. No, that's cool. More channels like that, and especially if it's, I know you do a mix, right? You don't care. It's just archery, right? It's Grit Archery. We'd love to see the stick bow stuff, obviously. So how much stick bow content are you going to have?
Quite a bit. You want me to go into a little bit about the stick bow stuff?
Yeah, please. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, unless there's more to your story about, sorry, if you want to go back to your story, that's.
No. I mean, I just fell in love with archery in general. So last year I met Matt Durker about 2 years ago, and he shot barebow. I had never been around it much at all. I tell you how I met him is we was at a 3D shoot, and I shot 2 arrows at the practice range like that far apart, 2 inches apart at like 50 yards. And there was when I went to get my arrows, somebody else had 2 arrows 2 inches apart at 50 yards. I thought, oh, this dude can shoot. He's pretty good. So I watched him pull his arrows and walk back, and he walks back to a freaking barebow.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the crap? So, and just so happened I had accidentally, it's another different story, but I accidentally shot a hole in the side of my truck door with my bow. He seen the hole and figured somebody had shot my truck. And that's how we got to meet and started talking. Like they thought somebody had shot a hole in my truck. But anyway, so he tried to get me to start shooting traditional. And I entertained the idea for a little bit, never thought I'd actually do it. Well, he called me one day, so I got a bow. And this is the guy's name. It was Levi that you had on your podcast previously when he forgot my freaking name. I just still give him crap.
Dude, okay, all right. That's
okay. I already gave him crap about that. Okay. But anyway, I bought my first bow from him on Facebook, and Durker set it up. What we were going to do, I'd already started Grit. What we were going to do is make a video series of me buying the bow, training with it, and training with it all of 2022, and hopefully taking an animal with it in hunting season of this year. Yeah. And I got it, and he, gave me the fundamentals. I just, like I do everything, started practicing like crazy. And I got to where I was shooting a pretty decent group at 20 yards, softball size group. I said, I am not waiting until next year to go hunting with this freaking bow. Yeah. And I went in the woods. I think it was, I know what day it was, October 17th. First time I ever took the bow in the woods. I just got back from elk hunt. And first time I ever took it in the woods and shot an 8-pointer. Well, a big 8-pointer, but it's an 8-pointer.
It's all right.
Got every bit of it on film.
Oh, really?
Every bit of it. Yeah, it'll be probably launching within the next week on YouTube.
I was gonna say, because I would have absorbed that by now, but yeah, I have not seen it.
We've had some issues with editing. Like I said, I'm not good at that stuff at all, so I'm having to get other people to do it. And it's just taking a little bit longer than.
That's cool, man. That is super cool, Matt. Just so you know, so people who haven't seen him, he'll be on the show eventually. He's in the top. I mean, we just got to get hold of him in the right time. He's consistently in the top 10 at barebow competitions when he shows up. So he's a solid barebow shooter too. So that's a good guy to throw your hat in the ring with, and also a really good dude. And one that we met at barebow boot camp this year too. So that's really cool. Okay, so what are you shooting? So you got that bow from Levi, but is that the one you still have, or are you shooting something different, or what's your?
When I killed that first deer a few weeks after I got the bow, I did just like I do everything else and just fell into it. So no, I've had a few different ones since then. I bought a Bob Lee. I bought a Bob Lee up there at the boot camp. Actually.
Yeah, I remember.
And then it was too pretty for me because I'm pretty rough on stuff. So I thought I better get rid of this while I can. But I went ahead and got a Satori riser, 19-inch.
Yeah.
Uka limbs.
Yeah.
I think I'm shooting 48 pounds.
Okay, decent.
I think I'm shooting 48 pounds.
Yeah.
So
are you using a springy rest?
No, I'm shooting off the shelf.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I wanted to keep it. I'm weird like that. I wanted to keep it. I mean, I know it's not a wood bow or anything like that, but I wanted to keep it as traditional.
Yeah.
I guess possible in my head. But, I mean, regardless, none of that matters. I just started shooting off the shelf, and I just kept doing it.
Are you shooting 3-under, split finger?
3-under. Yeah, I'm doing 3-under.
And are you using the tip of the arrow, or are you instinctive?
No, I'm definitely using the tip of the arrow. Yeah.
Okay.
When I shoot trad tournaments, I had to kind of convert because Matt taught me, with a fixed crawl, and I shot very, very accurate with that, doing it that way. But then when I started shooting trad tournaments, I had to completely, because you can't use fixed crawl. Your fingers have to be always a knock. So that's been a huge adjustment in getting into the trad world as far as tournaments.
Yeah. Yeah. We have certain rules. I mean, you got to follow the rules and keep it kind of fair for everyone. I mean, I know there's a lot of tournaments out there, and if you can shoot, it's kind of not fair shooting a 19-inch riser against like Matt, who shoots a 29-inch riser. Because there is an advantage there on barebow and being able to string walk. But putting them in the same category, a lot of tournaments I go to around here, everyone's traditional. You shoot single string, you're in traditional. It doesn't matter, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, really? That's
yeah.
cool. Yeah, here it's
Is
completely
it?
separate. I mean, you got barebow and then you got
Yeah,
trad.
yeah. It's not. It's not real cool. No, it's kind of like we're an afterthought, right? In the Midwest, I remember taking my first deer and coming bringing it back to this guy's house. I was shooting on his property, and he's like, and I showed him, my gear, and he's like, "You shot a bow. You shot this doe with that thing, like." And he brought all his buddies around. Like they all came around, had beers, and they were like talking to me about this stupid bow. It's like it was amazing to them but guys like you that are training, like, putting the effort in and being able to shoot softball size or smaller at 20 yards, you're not gonna, if you're a good hunter, you're in within 20 yards. But what about when you go out west? Are you taking longer shots? You think you will be if you haven't already?
As far as with the
Like,
trad bow?
yeah, trad bow. Are you taking a trad bow with you if you go out
Yeah,
west?
I'm
Okay.
definitely going to take it this year. So I mean, when I set my bow up for hunting, it's completely different. I'm shooting the same bow, but I'm shooting a completely different arrow, and I'm shooting a fixed crawl.
Yeah.
That's going to be the most accurate way I can hunt. So that's what I'm going to do. When I'm shooting 3D tournaments, I obviously can't do that. Yeah. But when I can accurately shoot with a fixed crawl. I can accurately shoot up to about 40 yards. I wasn't feel, very comfortable shooting anything past that.
Yeah, you're gonna need all that 40 yards when you head out west. So that's good, man. And tell me a little bit about your fitness routine. So you're obviously a big dude, like in you work out a lot, but do you like what's your regimen for training like yourself, your body?
So I'm gonna work out at least a minimum of 4 days a week, no matter what. And I've done it for so long now. The Marine Corps probably implemented that in my brain.
Yeah.
I just didn't, I'm 35 years old, and I didn't want to get that dad bod that 90% of everybody that I knew and grew up with has got. I just didn't want to fall into that category. Not to mention, I want to be as healthy and as athletic as possible for as long as I can be. So, I don't lift heavy. I probably hadn't benched in 10 years. It's a lot of HIIT training, a lot of fast. I superset everything. I work out at least, like I said, at least 4 days a week. And I've made it a lifestyle, as far as even eating, I eat as clean as humanly possible.
Really?
It's except for pizza. Let me take that back. That's my weakness is pizza. So I try to limit that down to like 1 day a week.
I seem to recall at barebow boot camp, like late at night after a few beers, we were trying to order Taco Bell delivery like 2 in the morning.
I was influenced a little bit that night. I'd eat anything. That was a late night. I think it was at 3 o'clock in the morning shooting bows. We had a spotlight out.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
I would have ate anything you put in front of me that night.
Yeah, that was a good night. That was a super good night. Pretty interesting night. Anyway, that's not for this podcast. Anywho, dude, it is so good to see you, man, and chat with you a little bit. You've been busy as heck and doing a ton of stuff. Can I ask a favor? Can we talk a little bit more about health and lifestyle a little bit, and just. Yeah. I'm going to ask you about, if you have any advice on archery, but we don't talk about, we don't get fit guys like you on the show that are taking care of themselves as much as you do, right? And you're like an expert. So I'm going to ask you a little bit. Well, I have the opportunity here. Teach me a little bit about eating healthy and how I can make that happen. One, and then two, your workout routine for like a beginner, like say, for example, me, if I want to get back into working out or something, how should I start? So how should I start eating healthy and being healthier and working out?
Well, for one, I'm no expert. You need to put that on the record.
Well, it's the ends justify the means. I'm just saying, like you're in a good shape.
Good
dude.
But I limit as far as diet goes, I hardly eat any sugar much at all. I try to keep my carbs under control. People's got a misconception about carbs and getting fat and this and that. you need carbs. Like that's your natural form of energy. I mean, eat them in the morning. What I do if I'm gonna, eat a lot of carbs, I eat them in the morning or directly after I work out. I usually work out in the morning.
Okay.
So after a hard workout, your body needs that for fuel. People they throw carbs out the window when they're trying to lose weight. That's probably one of the worst things you can do because your body is telling itself that it needs certain things, and that's why if it's not getting those, it stores them, and it stores them into fat. Again, I'm no expert. This is just like the stuff that I've been taught, and the more I've implemented it, the more it's worked for me. But if you're wanting to say you're at 200 pounds, and you want to get to 180, you need to eat 180 grams of protein. Period. Like a gram of protein per pound.
Okay.
If you want to gain weight, the same way. If you want to gain muscle, and say you're 180, you want to get to 200, you need to eat 200. And there's probably a bunch of different things out there online and a bunch of different opinions. And
sure, we're not here to debate and people comments. We're not worried about that. But I'm just asking what works for you and
that's what's worked for me. And a ton of water. When I got hurt in the Marine Corps, I ran all the time before that one. And I got my knee jacked up. I started getting like fat on me. And I wasn't used to that. I went to my captain like, dude, I can't handle this. Like, I can't run. I'm starting to get meat on me that I don't want. Like, what do? He's like, pound water. If you want to shred fat, if you want to stay lean or lean as possible, you're definitely not drinking enough water. I mean, 99% of people don't drink enough water.
Yeah. Okay.
But pound water. If you want to shred some fat, pound water. And I'm talking 1 gallon to 2 gallons a day minimum.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's a lot, especially if you're not used to it. And it'll take a while to get used to it. But once you make that your lifestyle, it ain't so bad.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Because I know a lot of guys are listening to this and they're like, hey, I'm going on an elk hunt. I got to get ready for that. And they don't really realize how tough an elk hunt is until they get there and they do it. I've never done it, but I've been told, right? And I've talked to Aaron a little bit about it and a couple other people. But it is tough. It's tough. It's a grind.
Aaron's would definitely be the one to talk to about that. Dan from Elk Shape, them guys live that. Cameron Haynes, they all, that's all they live for is elk hunting. So I mean, they know if you want to learn about that, I would definitely watch those guys. But as far as me and training for that, that's actually almost like a fight train, like a training camp for me, because where we go is insanely dangerous if you're not in shape.
Yeah.
And so we start training super early. I'm training now for it. And the best way that I've found to train for it is walk with an insane amount of weight, as much weight as you can stand without injuring yourself. Mm-hmm. Like if your pack that you're taking in for, say, a 10-day hunt is 70, say it's 60 pounds. I'm going to train with 100 at least. Last year I trained with 130.
Wow.
Because if I get my body used to carrying 130 pounds, and I'm in uphills and downhills, go downhill too, because downhill hurts. Well, honestly, worse than going uphill. If you can do that with that much weight, when you put your 60 pound pack on when it's time to hunt, you're going to be in a lot better shape. But not to mention the elevation. When you get out there, if you're from North Carolina at 1,000-foot elevation, and you go to 14,000-foot elevation, you're going to be hurting if you ain't put some type of training into that.
Yeah, absolutely. Altitude sickness. Hey, so what pack are you using?
I was using the QU Pro 6000.
Yeah. Okay.
I just switched, and I haven't had any training. Well, I literally just bought it. Is it the EXO? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, it's the EXO.
Yeah. So that's what I just switched to. It's a lot, for me, it's a lot more compact, or it's a lot more neater. Mm-hmm. I have a lot of, I was debating between that one and the Kafari, one of the Kafari bags, but they're pretty backed up, and it's kind of hard to get this time of year. So I went with the EXO, and it's just a lot more neater to me. Yeah. A lot less straps, just easier.
Yeah, Aaron's just moving shops right now. I think that's the
he just moved from Colorado to where did he move?
Montana.
Was it Montana or Idaho?
Idaho. Maybe it is Idaho. I forget. I don't know.
Yeah.
The guys will know. Leave a comment below if you know. Hey, okay. So interesting. So I, I'm thinking about it now for myself. Now you got me thinking because I got a 2300 and I wonder how much weight I can put in there safely.
You can put a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could definitely put a lot. You put sandbags. A lot of times, if I look like a weirdo in the gym, they know what I'm doing. By now, they know what I'm doing. When I first started doing it, they thought I was pretty weird. But I get on the stair, I bring my pack in there. I have my boots on that I'm going to hunt with, and I get on that stair climber. I've already stuffed it, full all the way to the top with clothes and mess. I take a 100-pound dumbbell and put it in the top, and I just get on that stair climber and just goes. And I go a little overboard on everything. I wear an oxygen or a
mask deprivation,
elevation mask,
ventilation mask. Yeah.
Jeez, yeah.
You must look. Oh, dude, send me a picture of that. Do you got pictures of that? Okay, send me a picture of that. Let's go in this because I want to see that. I want to see you going. Like that would scare the shit out of me. Like the first time I saw a guy with a mask on running, they were coming. My wife and I were out on a walk on a nature trail, and this guy comes running at us with this mask on, and we're like, "Holy shit! Get off the path!" So that was just here in DeSoto. So we were a little bit weirded out by that. No, that's all. That's great information, man. So what is your main? This is the last nutrition question. So what's your main protein that you go for? Are you fish? Are you chicken? Are you beef? It doesn't matter.
I'm beef. Yeah. I mean, I'll eat chicken as much as I can stand it. Chicken gets old real fast.
Yeah.
Beef, it never gets old to me, or deer, tenderloin, elk. If I've got the meat, but as far as grocery store meat, beef is mine. I'll eat chicken, like I said, until I get tired of it, and that's pretty quick.
It is. It does go quick. Hey, so do you prefer elk over deer?
I'm not. I'm just a whitetail guy. But you talking about as far as food?
Food.
Yeah. I don't know. Pretty close, in my opinion. A lot of people say elk's 10 times better. It's good, but it's pretty close in my book. But I guess if I had to choose one or the other, it probably will be elk.
All right. Hey, tell me about your shot process and how you're shooting trad. When you get I mean, you can get up. You shoot 3D, and you hunt. So, tell me about 3D. You get up to the stake, got your bow in your hand. What's going through your mind, and then how you pulling that shot off?
Well, after I misjudged the yardage, because I'm not mastered that at all yet. But after that, honestly, it's a lot from Joel Turner. That's who I learned the most from at that boot camp. Mm-hmm. We got to talk a little bit too. So, it's knowing the shot, or it's knowing what's going to happen in your mind, knowing the shot before you take it, like knowing what's going to happen, mm-hmm. and getting to your anchor and completely stop. Look, I'm just staring a hole through where I want the arrow to hit, mm-hmm. And just saying, "Here I go."
Here I go. Yep.
Here I go, and then just pull, and it goes off.
That's classic. Classic Joel. Yeah, classic Joel.
Yeah, and honestly, and that's helped me. Especially for 3D. Now, for hunting is completely different because I'm using a fixed crawl, and it's still basically the same shot process. I'm not thinking when I got a deer in front of me, here's my shot, here I go. Stare a hole. I'm not thinking that because my adrenaline, it's a little different. But as far as 3D shooting, like target shooting, I learned more from Joel in literally 5 minutes than basically the whole weekend. I mean, it's a great weekend, don't get me wrong, but it's just Joel's got a way to make you understand the shot process.
Yeah, don't be. I mean, that's fine. I mean, everyone wants you. The reason why they have so many, and just for people who don't know, the barebow boot camp, the reason why they have so many instructors and not just one feature instructor is because not everyone resonates with every single instructor. Like, I love to listen to Dwayne. I love to listen to Calvin. Just some of the stuff that they have to offer is really interesting. We had a lot of stuff on judging ranges, and I sucked at it.
Yeah.
You know, so that was good. I like to listen to Demmer, but you know, Joel was really good. You know, are you on target? Yes, I am. Uh, what was it? And pull, or whatever you just said it.
Yes, I am.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
When
am.
you get here, I go
Here
pull,
I
pull,
go.
pull.
Here I go. Pull. Yeah. So that's really good. And if you've not done that, the push, I hate giving these guys accolades on this show, but I do anyway. But the push guys, a great bunch of dudes, a couple of dudes, I guess. They have the
Yeah.
Joel. What's that?
Tim and Zernzat.
Zernzak and Novo. So they
Yeah.
have great on their the the pack. They have Joel Turner there. You can go grab his stuff on there. And if anyone's listening, go do that. It's if you don't have a
It's
coach,
definitely
it's
worth
good
it.
to have. It's definitely worth it. Yeah. Okay, so getting back to your brand just for like 2 seconds before we call it a day. And thank you very much for coming and being on. I know that you're a busy dude, man. And I seriously appreciate it. So we're going to be able to see gritarchery.com and get some cool swag. And I love it. I'll have the shirt on next time. I promise.
I hope so.
If people want to get hold of you personally and ask you questions, talk to you, how do they get
Yeah.
hold of you?
Instagram, Grit Archery. It's connected to Facebook. I don't actually. It goes to Facebook when I post on Instagram.
Yep.
YouTube is already up, but we're just now getting a bunch of videos that's edited basically all at once.
Okay.
Getting ready to launch a video actually in like 10 minutes.
Oh,
That we got done. It's on a saddle review that we did. But yeah, Instagram, Grit Archery, and then like I said, the website will be gritarchery.com.
yeah, everything's going to look beautiful. And congratulations on launching this new brand. And I hope it does. Honestly, I hope it does phenomenal because I want to see good things happen to good people, man.
It's been amazing how it's taken off for sure.
Good. Awesome, man. Thanks for your service. Thanks for everyone that stuck around. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, archerypass.com, if you want traditional stuff, traditional gear. They got great stuff over there, and they're the number one traditional archery site on eBay. And so traditionalarchery.com or on eBay. You go check those guys out. Guys, thanks for listening. Thanks again. Appreciate you. Hunt the good stuff, man. We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks very much.
Thanks, buddy.